From the outside, the mansion looked calm, majestic, almost untouchable. But inside, a silent storm was brewing, one the billionaire Adid never imagined he would face. That morning, he sat in his glass-walled office, surrounded by a skyline that seemed to bow to his success. Yet, despite all the wealth, power, and respect, there was a hollow space inside him. A weight money could never lift. His company thrived, his name was admired. But none of it could fix the growing distance between him and the only three people who truly mattered: his 3-year-old triplets, Mia, Lily, and Grace. He always promised them he would spend more time with them. But promises crumble easily when your life becomes a storm of meetings and endless expectations. Then something rare happened. A major meeting was cancelled. Suddenly, he had a breath of freedom, a chance to go home early. He drove in silence, imagining the girls' reactions, wishing desperately to feel like a father again. When he entered the mansion, he expected the same heavy silence that greeted him on every early return. But halfway down the hallway, he froze. There were sounds, tiny squeals, giggles, pure laughter filling the walls like sunlight. Laughter he hadn't heard since the day his wife passed away. Heart pounding, he followed the sound to the kitchen. And when he reached the doorway, his entire world stopped. There was Helena, the housemaid, with one of the girls on her shoulders, lifting her as if she were holding up her very own son. The other two sat on the window ledge, legs swinging, pink dresses sparkling in the morning light. All three were laughing, deeply, freely. The kind of joy he never seemed able to give them anymore. A sharp ache struck his chest. He suddenly realized how many moments he had missed. Helena wasn't just caring for his daughters, she was giving them something he had forgotten how to provide: unhurried love, gentle affection, real presence. A steady warmth he had lost the day he lost his wife. For a moment, Adid wondered if his daughters still missed him, or if they had already learned not to expect him at all. He took a long breath and stepped into the kitchen. Helena startled, but before she could speak, the girls screamed, "Daddy!" and ran toward him. Their tiny arms wrapped around his legs with such force that something inside him shattered. A wall, a numbness, a pain he had carried far too long. He lifted them into his arms, feeling their warmth, their weight, their love all at once. Helena tried to step aside quietly, but he called her name. And in that second, while looking at her, he finally saw what he had been blind to for years. Helena had been the silent light in the darkest days of his daughters' lives. The steady pillar of a home he had abandoned emotionally. She had been the one who held everything together while he fell apart on the inside. He spent the rest of the day with them. He canceled every meeting. He stayed near Helena, watching her braid curls, tie ribbons, prepare strawberry pancakes. He watched the girls follow her like she was their son. And in every small gesture, he saw something powerful: responsibility, tenderness, devotion, love given without expecting anything in return. Later that night, when the mansion fell quiet and the girls were finally asleep, he found Helena cleaning the kitchen. She looked tired, but her smile was soft, gentle. He walked toward her not as a boss, not as a billionaire, but as a father, as a man, as someone deeply grateful. He thanked her for everything, for the difficult days she had faced alone, for the nights she comforted his daughters, for the strength she had given them. And without realizing it, to him as well. With a trembling voice, Helena said she did it because she knew what it felt like to lose someone and still have to keep living. In that moment, something inside him changed. The next day, Adid made a real promise, one he intended to keep. He promised to be present, to be whole, to be consistent. He promised Helena would never again be treated as just the maid. She was part of the healing of that home, part of the family, part of the rebirth. Weeks passed and Adid transformed. He woke up early, played with the girls, read stories, learned songs, hugged more, worked less. Helena received more support, better conditions, lighter hours, because true kindness should never be overlooked. And every time he remembered that morning in the kitchen, the laughter, the light, the unexpected tenderness, he realized that moment had rebuilt him from the inside out. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Your support helps us bring more inspiring, life-changing stories to the world.